So now we're going to be working on our second reading goal for Travell. He has a total of 4, and then he has 1 math goal. For the second goal, it's that he's able to recognize the letters in his name. So the first goal is that he's able to recognize his name. The combination of Trevell spells Travell, and that he's able to recognize that. The second one is different because it's being able to recognize the letter T versus the letter R and E, V, and then L. For this, you'll need smaller pieces of paper if you don't have a printer and can't print the ones that I sent. But on them, you could just write like a big T and a big R, and then also an E and a B and an L. If you don't have paper, you could use cardboard again, or a whiteboard if you have that too. But you're going to have 2 letters in front of him. He got really good at being able to pick out the letter in front of him out of a field of 2. If you need to go back to a field of 1, I can tell you that too. A field of 1 is just where one thing is in front of him on a table. I mean, he's sitting next to you. And you could say, Travell, where's T? Give me T, or touch T. You choose which one. If you say give me, you hold out your hand like this. If you say touch, then you can model pointing to it, and then he's supposed to touch it. If he touches it correctly, you give him a small reinforcement of something he likes, like a granola bar, a piece of popcorn, or Dorito. You'd only give him 1. It's not supposed to be like a whole snack. It's supposed to be a part of something he wants, so that he wants to keep getting more of it. So if you got 1 potato chip, you don't want to stop at that 1 potato chip. You want more potato chips. So you're going to keep doing what is being asked of you to get more potato chips. So yeah, field of 1, just the letter T, or the letter R, just 1 letter in front of you. You could do it with any of the letters in his name. So you could have just the T, or just the R, an E, the V, and the L. It doesn't matter. It's just a field of 1. It's just that one thing. For a field of 2, you're going to have 2 of the different letters in front of you. I have a T and an R. You could have any of the 2 letters in front of you. You just need those 2 letters to focus on the field of 2. What you're going to do here is you're going to say, Travell, touch T. Or, sorry, you don't point. Travell, touch T. And then if he looks at you, or if he doesn't do it immediately, you can say, touch T. You don't want to point to the correct one, because you want him to be able to look and scan and be like, is that T? No. Is this T? Yes. And so then he touches it. So Travell, touch T. And if he doesn't look, then you motion on your table in front of you. Where's T? Where's T? Touch T. And then if he doesn't, then you would point. So by the 3rd time, you'd give him 3 different opportunities to be able to touch the correct letter. So Travell, where's T? He doesn't do anything. Then you wait like 5 seconds. So in your head, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if he's still sitting, then Travell, where's T? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Touch T, and then on that point, you touch it. You don't count out loud. You're doing this in your head, just so that you give him enough time to respond. Because if you say touch T, and then he doesn't do it fast enough, then you take away the opportunity. So this is the incorrect way to do it. Travell, touch T. Where's T? Touch T. Because then he's still focused on processing where's T. And then if you keep talking, then he has to then try to figure out what else you're saying so that he can pay attention. So longer pauses so that he's able to hear you and take in what exactly you're saying. So Travell, where's T? Touch T. Where's T? And by that 3rd time, you could touch it. Usually, he was able to get it before the 3rd time, just if he's having kind of a hard day, or if he's kind of in a mood, then you'd help him. And you could either take his hand and point for him, or you point and then you say, touch it, so that he also then touches it. But that's how to do his second reading goal. So again, you just need a piece of paper and you draw out the letters. If you don't have a printer, sorry, if you don't have a printer to print them all out to have in front of you. But you just focus on a field of 2. And then if you wanted, you could go to a field of 3 as well. A field of 3 is just when there's a third piece of paper in front of him. So pretend that there's a T, an R, and then up here is an E. You'd say Travell touch T. And then each time you do it, you don't have to ask for the same letter. He was getting really good at being able to identify the different letters at different points of the day. So like if you had 2 in front of him, you could say Travell touch R and then have him touch R. You could mix it up just when you're sitting down with him during like a 5 to 10 minute period where you're practicing this, have that be the same letter. So for 10 minutes in the morning when you're working on this, you could say touch T, and then later on in the afternoon, when you go back to sit down and you have both of the same letters in front of you, then you can say touch R. If he gets confused and he's not able to touch R, or he keeps touching T because that's the one you've been practicing, you can say that's T, this is R, and then show him R so that he's able to then learn that this is another letter that he's supposed to learn out of all of them. Hopefully that's helpful, and I look forward to hearing how it goes.